Okay, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. It's Thursday, y'all. So we got the $1 Million Street today. Shouldn't be that. It should go pretty fast. We got to do the bushes on one of them over there. It don't take that long, maybe 20 minutes. It's not that, you know. I got the steel articulating hedge trimmers, and they're pretty good. You know, to me, you can only get so good equipment. I don't really see, you know, a huge difference in, you know, steel and all the other brands of hedge trimmers, blowers, weed eaters, edgers. You know, yeah. I mean, if you got the top Echo hedge trimmers, they're probably very comparable to the top steel hedge trimmers. You know, tomatoes, you know, but I like to use the steel stuff because I got a good steel dealer, and well, that's what I've already paid for. So, and again, yesterday I wasn't saying anything bad about my guy or nothing. You know, he's a great worker, and I know that if I got a guy that has his own little gig on the side, nothing wrong with that. I promote that. I'm down for that. But if something happens to his piece of equipment out here, no intention or anything, but just shit happens, you know. And if something happens to it out here, then when he gets off work, he's going to be wanting to borrow my equipment to go do his properties with. See, I don't like to mix all that together. You know, I'm not saying this guy, but I had it happen before, okay, where a guy had a weed eater out here, and the weed eater started running funny, and he thought that I was going to take it to the shop and have it fixed, and I said, no, I'm not doing that. So there's, you know, I may not tell you the reason of every little bitty thing because there's so much going on, but there's a reason why I do everything out here. Nothing is out here just because. I don't just because, you know. There's a valid reason, and it's usually based on something that's happened in the past. And keep in mind, I've had over 30 guys out here. Way before I started doing YouTube, I've had guys out here. I've had guys out here. So, and the video yesterday was not really, you know, pointed at any one person. I was just trying to tell you guys or ask you guys, what do y'all think about that? And and at the end of the day, you know, I don't want to have any problems behind some equipment that I don't know nothing about. And then if it breaks, and then the guy's going to want to borrow my equipment to go do their side work. I'm not saying this guy, but I'm just saying I've had it happen. You know, I've had it happen more than once. I've had it happen where a guy actually broke a weed eater out here, brought his own out here, and then broke that one too, and then wanted me to fix. Well, another guy that was out here years ago, he was always so worried about his equipment and all the little things going on with his equipment that he wasn't even focused on the job anymore. He was too busy trying to figure out what was wrong with his equipment. And see, I don't like all that. All that is a distraction to me. I like for guys to come to work, use the equipment that I got. If we need more equipment, I'll go buy it. And if there's better equipment out there, fine. I'm not buying anymore. You know, I don't believe Echo's any better than steel. And I don't have to be convinced of that because those are the things that are really are very minimal in my thinking. My thinking is, let's get the work done with the equipment that we have. The steel equipment and the Echo equipment, you're not going to make better time with either one. I mean, you know, you're not. I mean, people can think that they are and think that, well, this weed eater's more powerful, this edger's more powerful, this blower's more powerful, but you don't need all that if you're a pimp. All right, y'all, so we're pulling off. It's a little bit later than what I like to get started. So today we got the $1 Million Street we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing, we got one we're going to do in front of the $1 Million Street, just like usual. Now the one we're going to be doing in front of the $1 Million Street, I would normally do it solo, or send somebody to do it solo. but he's never been there before, and he's never been to the $1 Million Street. So after today, my tension will probably release a little bit, right? So yeah, because after today, he'll have been to all the properties at least once, and that's really all a guy with his experience really needs. He don't have to go to property 4 or 5 times to grasp it, right? So but we got to do those bushes over there and see, just for instance, and it's nobody's fault or anything. I don't want nobody to, you gotta, so many snowflakes out there trying to come at Ray sideways. Of course, a lot of them done been blocked, so y'all don't see a lot of it now. But I like to be able to, if after dude's been at all the properties one time, then see, I feel a little bit better about how I distribute things out, and we can make more money a lot quicker. So if you don't think it costs money to train somebody or to show them how you do things, it costs a lot. And we're not talking about money that you see, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the time that you're not being all you can be. So because like now, after he's done the properties once or twice, so now I can send him on to the $1 Million Street and let him get started on them bushes. I got 2 sets of hedge trimmers, steel, top of the line, so but now it's costing me so much in time and effort, and then you can throw in the fuel, and then you can throw in the 8:45 start. We ain't doing nothing like what we're supposed to be doing. Well, Ray, you just got to work later. No, we got to get started earlier. See, that's how that goes. I'm not working later. The only time I work later is when I absolutely have to. And getting started at 8:45, that's not a valid reason to work late. That's just not. A valid reason to work late is, okay, a mower went down, or something out of our control happened. But like I said, once he starts the properties, then and knows the properties, then see, I can leave, and then he can get in the truck and do whatever. But see, right now he's kind of just shadowing me with the other truck, and that's costing the business. The biggest thing that's costing the business right now is getting started so late. But we'll make good time today, and it ain't because of, well, it's because of us, but it's also because of how dry everything is, the ground and everything. It's so dry that we're going, and the grass, and it hasn't rained in 2 weeks. We had one little shower in the afternoon, but nothing, major or nothing. And the most important thing out here to me is the time and how we're spending it and all that there. So I think me and Jessica make a lot of money out here. I do. But yeah, once me and the new guy get acquainted with everything that where he knows what I'm thinking and I know what he's thinking, once we get acquainted like that, we're gonna be able to make a lot of money out here. He's gonna have to bear with me though, because of the way I do things. I don't do things quite like he does, and we have to manage our time, and I'm really good at that. There's one guy coming in the comments, and he's saying, what was he saying? Guys are always coming at me trying to poke holes in what I say in the videos. It's like they sit there and they analyze everything that I say, right? And then they listen to it again, and they listen to it in slow motion, and they listen to it backwards and forwards, and they're trying to grab something, twist my words into something that it's not. And one guy said, well, if you got every 2 weeks, there's no way you're making that kind of money. But that's where you're wrong. I am. I mean, why would you think that? Because I do it every 2 weeks. Well, I can tell you right now, I know there's going to be somebody coming in the comments talking about, and that works around here. Oh yeah, all our yards are growing strong. If you're doing weekly yards right now, I guarantee you the customers are looking at you sideways when you pull up over there. I may not tell you that, but they are. If they ain't straight up just told you not to come. And I know they're gonna be saying, oh yeah, we did 30 weeklies today, and it ain't rained in 3 weeks, and I'm having a hard time justifying every 2 weeks. So I know there's gonna be somebody come in here and say, oh yeah, the weeklies are off the chain, man. We're striping and dicing, and we killing it, and we're doing 30 yards a day, weekly, every 7 days. What are you cutting? I mean, even if it's irrigated, it ain't gonna be that bad. Are you saying that all the yards you cut are irrigated? Well, if they're weekly, they better be, or I don't see what you're cutting. It's just my, that's my thinking on that. This is a comment into my video about, your time and how you spend it, and what is success to you, and just trying to be motivational, right? And so this guy comes in the comments and he says, do you wish you would have had children of your own so you could have a biological grandchildren? Now, this is probably that same guy that's coming after me. Y'all probably ain't even. Do you wish you would have had children of your own so you could have biological grandchildren? Do you consider that a part of a truly successful and fulfilling life? I ain't talking about no fulfilling life or nothing. I'm talking about business in the business. I'm talking about, Now, why would somebody make a comment like that? That's, I don't even know. I mean, what the heck? Number one, dude, I don't live in a hypothetical world. So anything you said, don't you wish? Anything you said after that is irrelevant. I said irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It doesn't, because you're living in a world of what if, what if my auntie had nuts? She'd be my uncle, but my auntie ain't got nuts. And so, I mean, people that live in that kind of headspace all the time, where what if, and on things that have happened in the past, or things that you can't go back and change. They probably ain't doing a whole lot with their life because they living back there. And my videos and me and my whole being is about that way, not that way. And okay, y'all. So we're on the $1 Million Street, and yeah. Got to cut a place to park. See, I cut a place to park for the truck. Like I was saying, in the truck. Justin is starting on the bushes. Yeah. But I like to cut this part myself because you're so close to the road, and my truck's right there, so you got to be careful getting on all this. Yeah. What I do is I get this on up past all this dirt, and then I pull my truck in, and then I'm gonna grab the edger and go on the edge of this one. It'll be the first time that he's done bushes for me, so I'm sure he's just as good with the hedge trimmers as he is with the blower and the weed eater and the edger, and like to go on and get this line established when you got a new guy out here, because there's a lot of obstacles in this area right here. So I like to get the line on past that area right there. Look at those. Those look freaking great, dude. Wow, that's nice, man. Good job, dude. For real, real. That's high and freaking tight. Okay, y'all, that's a wrap on the day. Yeah. We didn't do that great, really. We got such a late start, man. And you know, and I'm already kind of, well, I'm minimizing the list. We should really be doing a lot, well, probably about another 3 properties on this route. So it's costing me to train and you know, well, it always does. But yeah, what I've been doing though is, like on today's list, we got 3 more properties we were supposed to do. You know, after the training gets on, because we're not able to, I'm not really able to split up and all that kind of thing, man. And by the time, and that's why I was so frustrated, you know, when the other guy left, because by the time I train somebody, it's gonna be the end of the season, you know. So. And that's what's frustrating, man, because it costs me a lot more than what it appears, because we're not generating as much money, but I'm paying just as much out. Right now, the way we're getting started late, when we do jobs like that, we're not going to be able to do any more than that unless I want to work till 4 or 5 o'clock, and I'm not, because I know that I can do the same properties in by 2:30 or 3. I've done it for years. Just got to have the right guy out here, and he's got to be picking up what I'm putting down, you know. But Justin did real good today. He did them bushes like they wasn't nothing, man, and they look nice. About the best I've seen them look since maybe Bo cut them a year ago. Zach did pretty good on them too, but he did them really nice. They look really nice. But you can't, when you're doing bushes like that, you can't get OCD. And I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying that you gotta, you know, when you don't know what a guy's good at or whatever, you gotta make sure that they're not spending too much time on stuff because they're, you know, trying to get it perfect. Well, see, normally we would have done 3 before we went over there. I would have done 1 or 2, and he would have done 1 or 2, and then we would have done those, and then we'd catch another, you know, 80 on the way home. But yeah, but when you're on these great big properties, the only thing I can say is the mower needs to be running the whole time. That's the secret. The mowers need to be going the whole time. The longer the mower runs, the quicker you're done. Now when you're cutting, you know, I'm going up on both of them next year, both of them. Now I'm going up about 30 bucks a pop, so you got to, man. I can't keep doing it for the same price. I really ain't got a whole lot to talk about, y'all.